again. Today I'm going to do part 2 of the paper beads video. So let me show you what you're going to need. You need some styrofoam. I use these that I got at the dollar store. They come 2 in a pack, and so that's cheap. And then you're going to need some toothpicks. Now I have used these quite a bit, so I'm going to be choosy as I take them out because some of them have got Mod Podge on them, and when they get too gunky, then the beads stick to it. So I'll just kind of be choosy. If you're not cheap like me, you could just use new toothpicks every time. They're not that expensive to buy, and I think I might have even bought the toothpicks at the dollar store. Next, you're going to need Mod Podge. Now, I like to get the high gloss. As I look at this, it's backwards. I hope that as you look at it, it's forwards. Anyway, it says Mod Podge High Gloss. That's what I like to use. There's a lot of different things you could use to glaze your beads. I know some people use, I'm not thinking of the name of it right this second. If I think of it, I'll put it in later. Anyway, they use different kinds of things to glaze. But actually, I found that this Mod Podge works pretty good. And this bottle, I think, was about $5 or $6 at Walmart. But it's lasted me a long, long time. I'm finally getting down to the bottom with it. But that'll even last me a lot longer. And then you need some water. I'm using this because all of the measurements went off of this measuring cup. So if it gets ruined, I don't care. And then you need paintbrush and, of course, your beads. These are the beads that I did in the last video. I finished off. And so they're just the rolled paper beads like I did last time. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll try to remember to put the link down below. So let me show you how we do this. Okay, so first of all, I put down some paper towel just in case I drip anything. Get a toothpick and put a bead onto the toothpick like this. Let me open up my Mod Podge. Oh, great. There we go. And then get a little bit of Mod Podge on your brush. Whoops, I got a lot that time. And then we're going to, let's see, just paint as it kind of spins around, making sure that you get it all the way to the edge. I know that some people have easier ways of doing this, such as stringing the beads on a string and dipping them, but I'm always worried that that is going to glue the beads to the string. So anyway, then we put it in the styrofoam like that to let it dry. Let's see if I can move that a little bit. So I'll just do a couple here. I've still got quite a bit of Mod Podge on my brush. And make sure you go all the way to the tip. Try not to get it down into the top or into the bottom. If you do, it's going to be difficult to get your bead off of the toothpick. Okay, so that's just number 2. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I can speed this part of the video up, hopefully. And I like to try to put the beads on the outside rim like this. Work from the outside in so that you don't get your hands all stuck in it. So kind of put them to the outside first. Okay, I don't know if you saw, but my brush is kind of cheap. I got it at the dollar store too, and it kept having hairs come off on it. So I'm just going to do this many for now, and then we wait until these get dry, and then we repeat the process. Only this time, we take the whole toothpick out, we paint it again, and then we put it in the empty styrofoam. So I've got the one with the ones that have been painted once, and then I've got the one with the ones that have been painted twice. So that's why we have two, so that we can transfer. I usually will do all of them at once, and this will be full of them. And then as I reglaze them, I'll put them into the empty one. And so these need 2 coats. You could do 3 coats. 3 coats won't hurt it, but I usually just do 2. And I've made a lot of necklaces, probably 30 or more. And they've all really held up really well. So I think 2 is plenty. And so that's how we do it. Very simple. And so part 3 of this video is going to be how to make a necklace out of these beads once they're all dried and stained. And so if you want to watch for the next video, and maybe you could do this much with what you've got. Get some Mod Podge and go ahead and start glazing the beads that you've already made, and then start looking around for beads that you like. Oh, I was going to show you the way that I organize them. This is a small one. I actually have some of those plastic sort of Rubbermaid drawers, those big little drawer sets, and I usually keep them in those, but I've got this little one here, and what I do is I get containers at the dollar store. The dollar store sells these great big, I mean, not great big, but these bigger plastic, plastic containers with a little snap-on lid. And they also, I think there's three for $1, 3 or 4, I can't remember. Then they also sell these littler ones. And I just put in according to how many beads I have, I put them in. And so these are my like seed beads, but I also have other kinds of beads too that I mentioned before that I usually get from Hobby Lobby. Some of these I got in China at the pearl market, but I think those I got at the pearl market, and these I got. But you can get them at Hobby Lobby on their 50% off. And look for the 2-strand cards. And you don't need too big of beads. I think those are from China. And think about what colors you want to use. So what I like to use is some seed beads. I like this size. I don't know what number size they are. And then I like to use a bigger bead like this. Let me go get a necklace, and I'll show you exactly what I got. Okay, so I gave away a lot of necklaces. I gave them as gifts to family members or friends. And these are the ones that I kept for myself that I wear a lot. And I wanted to show you in particular that I made this barrel bead necklace. And I put a little, let's see, I'm going to turn it around. I put a little, maybe didn't hang this right, a little bee charm on it. Whoops, I got a dog hair hanging from it too. So I got bonus dog hair and a bee charm. Anyway, so here is I still didn't find the bee charm. And these are like a barrel bead. And I used a kind of a shiny paper. They had little hearts on it, and some of them had hearts and some of them had other things on them. And I made it in these orange colors because I had an outfit that I wanted it to go with. Anyway. And then I have one with turquoise colors. So in this one I have 2 of the turquoise, light turquoise seed beads with a darker one in between, and then a bigger bead in between that. So this is the pattern that I follow. If we go around to the top where I started, I did a light seed bead, a dark seed bead, a light seed bead, a paper bead, a light seed bead, a dark seed bead, a light seed bead, a big bead, like that. So, and I followed that pattern. I tried to do 1 big bead with 3 paper beads in between. So that's kind of what I do for all of my necklaces. And just to give you an idea of some different colors you can do, here's one with purples, and I used lavender in between. So that's pretty. That's one I wear. Then I know I already have 1 turquoise necklace, but I really liked the turquoise with brown, and so I made myself that one, and I used a seed bead and this larger seed bead instead of the smaller ones. I had these pretty kind of goldish colored ones. So that is my turquoise. Put all these on. Then this is the one that I showed you before in the last video. And here's one I made. This took a lot of effort, but I think it's worth it. I actually left a little star area on the bead and made a patriotic one. Then I made one of these for my sisters. I made one for each of my sisters. And instead of drawing the little star on, because they didn't turn out very good, as you can see, I actually have a star hole punch. And I punched some stars out of white paper, and then after I put the Mod Podge on these, then I used a little bit of Mod Podge to glue the stars on, and then reapplied the Mod Podge over the top. So this is my patriotic necklace that I'll wear on the 4th of July. Okay, so I have all my jewels here. And so the next video, so if you haven't finished making your paper beads, make a bunch of paper beads, glaze them, and then the next video I'll kind of go over how I string them. So thanks for watching. I hope if you like this type of video and you'd like to see more, that you click like. And if you're not subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe. And if you have any comments, any suggestions on the way I do it, or questions, please feel free to leave a question or a comment, because I would love to interact. And so thanks for watching this piece of my mind, and we'll see you next time.